What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin with Freedom Coins here. Today we kind of got something special for you. I've always heard people asking, hey, do you weigh your rolls? Is weighing rolls a good idea for coin roll hunting? Today we're going to try and answer that question. Now everything's not going to be perfect, but at least this might answer your guys' questions about is it a good idea? When can we tell if there's silver? And kind of just go from there. So I have my scale right here. It's a 300 gram scale that goes out 2 decimal points. Now you definitely want to, because if you just go 1 decimal point, it's a little tougher to tell. Now, they say a standard roll should weigh anywhere between 225 and 225.5. But again, if you have older coins, it'll weigh a little less, because the more wear on the coins, the less they're gonna weigh. Now you could have a roll full of newer coins, a couple of NIFCs, and the rolls would weigh a little heavier. So what we're gonna do today is we are gonna weigh some rolls, and we'll kind of go over them. If we have some lighter ones, let's say 224, 224 grams, we'll go ahead and open that together, look at it, and see, okay, was it worn down coins or what's going on? Then hopefully we have some heavy ones like 226 that would then show us silver. So general rule of thumb, if you have a 226 or higher, you have a pretty good chance of silver. Now, if you get up to 227, then you're almost guaranteed at least a 90, if not a couple 40s in that roll. Those are all just kind of a couple numbers to throw at you, but we will open these. I'll try and find some lighter rolls, maybe some middle range rolls, and then hopefully we have a heavy roll that shows us silver, but we'll kind of talk about it and go over which is which. That way we can kind of get an idea, is weighing coins a good idea, or should you just open them up? Let's find that out today. Well, just a quick side note, I'm on roll number 24, and it didn't weigh heavy or anything like that, so I didn't think anything of it, but our ender here, this one is actually a 2020. So that is our third 2020 that I found, and this thing's actually pretty beat up for being maybe a year old, but I guess that is 2020. It was rough on everybody, even on the coins. Set it aside, and again, if I find any heavy ones or something like that, we'll talk through it and we'll go over it. Just got the next roll completely opened, and there's that shiny one right there. We can see it. Should be another NIFC, so we'll set it down. And oh my, it's another 2020. That's pretty crazy. They're starting to come in. Again, I've only found now 4 of these, so I'm not really looking for them, but hey, if they're showing up, I'm going to take them every day of the week. All right, so this is my first roll that weighs under 225 grams, so 224.73. Now, this should mean that there might be some worn down coins in there. NIFC, since they have all their detail, they're going to weigh a little bit heavier, so we're going to open this and kind of find out maybe why it's weighing so low. So let me get this thing open, and we'll check and see if there is a worn down coin or if it was just a lighter roll. All right, at first glance, there's nothing that really says there's anything old about this. I mean, there's that one coin right in here, but it's a 72. It's worn down on the edge, but not too bad. So I think that's gonna bust our first theory that maybe 224s don't mean that there's worn down coins, and maybe just the collective nature of all these. That's just kind of the point I'm trying to prove today, that maybe weighing coins really isn't that accurate, and maybe you should just open them. But we're only 6 rolls in, so there's still plenty of science left to do. I'm just going to keep hunting, and I'm going to keep weighing, and we're going to keep testing these theories out. Okay, so this roll weighed in at 225.6. Now, again, like I said, look for anything 226 or heavier. So this wasn't the full heavy one, but it was our heaviest so far. Now, what I did find is, since it was a heavier one, it did have a 2014 NIFC. So I guess our new theory is maybe the little bit heavier ones have NIFCs in them and the lighter ones don't. Again, we don't know, but it's another theory that we should test. And it only took a couple rolls to bust our theory. This one weighed 225.25, so a little on the lower end, but it's going to have an NIFC in there. And that NIFC is going to be a 2020. So just because it weighs 225.25 doesn't mean that it's lighter. So that busts our NIFC theory, Now all we have left to test is if a 225.9 and above is silver, or is it still clad? Just gonna keep hunting and find out. Okay guys, here's our new heaviest, 225.7. Now again, we said shooting for that 226, so this doesn't seem like it should have silver, you know, compared to what people say or the charts say. But we're gonna open it and find out and see if maybe there's a couple newer NIFCs in there, or if it's just a heavy roll. Okay, I have it open and I looked through it. I thought maybe these two shiny ones, that end one, but it's only 99. And then there's also this one right here, but it's just a shiny 82. So nothing stood out as NIFCs or silvers in that one. So far, really all we're looking for now is just above a 226. We have 4 rolls left. Well, technically 5. And this one's a 225.96. Now we said look for 226 and above because chances are that might have a 40%er in there. But again, we're not too sure. So this is our best chance, I think, to have silver as far as the rolls go. I haven't weighed these yet, so I'm not sure. But I think this one might be our best opportunity. I'm going to get that off the scale. I'm going to get it open. Also, you can see our pile of NIFCs growing. We'll talk about those later. We got that roll open, and I've searched it. There is no silver in this roll. When they say 226 and above, they really mean it. You can't even be 0.04 of a gram off. That is interesting. All right, keep looking through them. Okay, well, the very next roll is a 226.03. So now this one's maybe 1/10 of a gram heavier than the last one, but it's over 226. So we're gonna get it off the scale and hopefully it has silver in it. And just like that, guys, really, 226 makes the difference. That is silver right there. So let's get this fully opened, if we can with one hand here, and take a look at it. All right, it's a really nice 1968. It's really nice. Now, the weight difference between these two, so here's just a regular clad $half. That's gonna weigh 11.28 or so. And then our 40%er, 11.27. So it's even a hair less. So that kind of goes to prove, guys, it's really, really difficult to weigh rolls and find out if they're silver. Because something just as simple as this, you would think that the silver was going to be heavier, but really, the clad $half is a hair heavier. So again, if you want to look for, if you guys want to do weighing rolls and to try and find out silver, the only way that's really going to give you a determination is if you have a 90%er in there. You know, I would always open your rolls, always open your rolls, because you never know what's going to happen. We had a roll that was 0.6 of a gram lighter than this one. It didn't have silver. Then 0.06 of a gram is heavier, and it did have silver. So I would say if you want to weigh rolls, look for something that's 226.5 or a little over 226 and up. You know, if you get towards your 227 range, things like that, there's a pretty darn good chance you're going to have silver in it. But if you're skipping out on 225.9 rolls, they might still have silver. You never know, because as we just proved, this silver weighs less than this clad. So you never know. So to conclude this video, I would say always open your rolls, but if you're really, really set on weighing them, look for over 226. Any of those, chances are, should have silver. So hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys aren't throwing away full rolls that might have silver in them. Always open your rolls, but if you're not going to, look for 226 and above. Hopefully this video helped you guys. I'm going to finish looking through these, stack up all my NIFCs, and get ready for the next box. In the meantime, guys, as always, stay free, stay tuned. I'll see you guys on the next one.